everybody, it's Tamika. I am here to share with you guys a masculine file cabinet makeover. I found this file cabinet on Facebook Marketplace for free. So I went and picked it up. I wanted to do a little bit of DIY to it. I added some wood and I ended up selling this unit for $105. So be sure to check out your Facebook Marketplace, your Craigslist, all those items. Type in free and see what you can find. Let's get to this easy DIY. Alright, this project comes to us as a base of being completely free. So I'll try to insert the Facebook post that I found where this cabinet was completely free. I had to pick it up and it was like 5 minutes away from my post office where I go pick up my mail. So super cool. It's all black. It's in very good condition. There are 3 drawers. I took out all of the holders, the little file pieces, and then it has, the cool thing about this is it has this shelf, and even in the shelf, I don't know if you guys can see, there's a light that somebody had put in here. So this is like a plastic turf, I don't know what this is, plastic on the side, but anyway, they installed like a little light in here. You can't hardly tell, but let's see. See, it's on. Hang on. So I'm gonna see what this material is, but it looked like it's falling apart a little bit in the back. It's slanted, so I'm gonna try to fix that because I think that's a cool little touch to the cabinet. So the only thing that I purchased was some, not the only thing, but what I purchased first. Let's get this out the way. It is hot out here, and it's a bad idea for me to arch my eyebrows because I'm sweating and that part is burning. Little known fact. All right, so what I did was went to the Dollar Tree, of course, and I got the same photo frames that I did my last project with. These are cute. So I got 3 because one will fit at the bottom here. One will fit at the bottom. Hope you guys can see down there. And you see these 2 shelves are thinner, so I'm gonna have to adjust the frame and cut them down so they can be squeezed in a little bit to fit on those 2. So hopefully that'll work, and it's a sturdy plastic, but hope nothing breaks because I don't have any wood this thin that I want to cut and put on top of the file cabinet. And then I got these little knobs, these black knobs. Even though the knobs on here are in great condition, nothing's wrong with them, I thought I'd just add a little flair. We'll see if I add them or not. Kyla says they're ugly, but I got 6 of these knobs. They were $1.04 at Menards. I don't want to open them up because if I take them back, I can't. So, but they're just black and they have like texture on it. I was thinking about putting some rub and buff on it to make them antique a little bit. So I got 6 of those. And then the other thing that I got was this 1 by 8 by 6 foot piece of common board to put on top of the cabinet to make like a little shelf. So I only need, the shelf is 14 by 18 as far as the dimensions for the top. So I only need 3 pieces. 2 are going to be side by side, and or 2 pieces, duh, to put on top. So I got that, and I can use the extra for something else. They didn't have a by 4, so that's why I had to get the by 6. It's only $3 and some change. I already had these 2 by 2s in my wood pile. I bought them out because I'm thinking of putting the file cabinet. Oh my God, you scared the crap out of me, Kyla.
I was here the whole time.
Were you here the whole time? You scared the crap out of me. You're gonna be on my video, by the way.
Hi.
Anyway, I turned around like, whoa. So anyway, these creepy, these 2 by 4s, I was thinking of putting them at the bottom as a base. So kind of frame it out a little bit. I don't know, we'll see. But anyway, that's what we have. And I have everything else. I have the primer, I have the paint, the sanding, all that. All I purchased was $3 for the frame, $3 for their wood, and then so that's 6, and then $6 for these. So there's $12 that I have out of pocket. But I'm not sure if I'm going to use these because again, Kyla says these are ugly, and they're not. But I think they are not. They're super cute. Whatever. If I don't use those handles, I've only been $6 out of pocket. So we'll see how this turns out. Let's get started. So I'm starting out by tackling that slanted piece of material that was in the background. I'm using Gorilla Construction adhesive glue. It's this thick paste. I use it to apply my frames to my file cabinets. I'll link it down below. I just put some on all around the perimeter of that material and I held it there until it bonded, and then I let it sit. So then I wanted to go ahead and clean the file cabinet, so I took a wet rag and just wiped it down really, really well to prep it to prime and paint. So once I was done, it looked just like that. It's ready to go. So what I'm doing is removing the handles. I decided to use those handles. I'm going to mix two different colors of paint, and it turns out really well. You'll see it at the end, but I'm just removing the handles so that I could go ahead and prep those as well. So I'm going to put like a little block up. I should just tape it off, but I'm lazy, and so I'm using this board so I don't get any spray paint on the inside. I did one coat of this primer, 123 primer. I always use it. I let that sit for a little bit so I can apply the paint later, and it makes for a great foundation when you're using paint for a project. Alright guys, so the cabinet is outside drying with the primer, so I've come in and cut down the 2x4s down to size so that they can be the frame. So the measurements for the cabinet is 14 by 16, so I cut these 16 by 20, two pieces of 16 inches and two pieces of 20 inches, so they can have a 1-inch overhang on each side. So I did 2 inches wider, so they'll fit at a little angle like such. I'm trying to get it here, and like that. So what I'm going to do is get my clamps, and then I'm going to grab my wood glue, clamp this together, and then I'll sand it so it can be prepared to sit at the bottom of the frame. So after I sand it, I am going to, am I going to prime it? I might prime these or just add some primer to it so that the gray would look like the gray match the file cabinet. So anyway, I'm going to do that. All right, I have the frame all put together. I just got to sand it and paint it. So the next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and chop this down to two pieces that are 18 by 14. All right, I've given the frame a light sand, and then now I've put some, this is my favorite ELMERS Pro Bond wood filler, and it's stainable. That's why I really like it. It comes in this tub. So I've put it on where the joints meet so that it can kind of be as seamless as possible. So I have to wait 15 minutes for that to dry and harden, and then I'm going to sand it down and then stain it. You probably won't see the wood connections as much. I've already cut down my 1x8 down to two pieces, and these are 14 by 18 inches long. So I did like a light sand just on the top, and then a little bit on the sides. I'm going to connect these together with like that, and it fits perfectly on top of the frame because it's not a true 8-inch wide. So two 8-inch pieces obviously make 16-inch pieces, but it's not a true 8-inch, so it compensates and fits the top of the frame perfectly by putting two 8s together. So I'm going to add some wood glue to the middle of this, connect those together with my clamps, and then add wood filler to the top and let that dry, and then we'll come back. Okay guys, so I have it all sanded. The wood's dry, it's seamless. You guys can see it's really good. It doesn't have to be super perfect because it's going to be sitting underneath the file cabinet, but I just wanted to appear less made as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and do the primer with this because since I have some, I'm going to go ahead and prime it so that the gray would look really, really nice on it. So now that my boards are adhered, I'm going to dust it off really well. I'm going to grab my gloves, my sponge brush, and my stain. I'll link the stain down below. It's a gorgeous stain, and you'll see here how gorgeous it is. I end up doing 3 layers of the stain, and I waited in between times for it to dry for, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes, and then I sanded in between each layer just in case any dust particles happen to get on there. But it's absolutely a gorgeous color stain, and it ends up drying lighter than what you see, and you'll see the finish in a second. But I will link it down below. Any dark wood, I love how wood looks, but if I put a stain on top of it, I'm just in love. So I put that out in the sun to dry while I work on this wood frame. This is the base that's going to go under the cabinet. I've already primed it with some white paint instead of the primer, and then I'm using this Bear sample. It's in a black satin, but it's a really rich gray, and I'm just using a little roller to roll this on. I think I did 2 coats of it on this base to make sure that it was nice and rich. And then I went back out to the file cabinets that are dry from the priming, and I added a coat so that I can start drying. I end up doing 3 coats of that dark satin because I really wanted it to be nice, a nice, rich, deep gray. So I end up doing 3 coats. It's super easy. All this was done in the same day, so nothing to worry about. So what I'm going to do now is take these frames and cut them down so that they will fit in the center file cabinets, and I did a second coat of the paint. So I'm going to cut these down. I'm going to leave the 8.5 or whatever however length that the long one is. I'm going to cut this down to 4.5. So I'll need 2 of them so they can make a nice thin rectangle. These frames were really easy to take apart. There's like a thin foam layer in between the plastic layers, so really easy to cut down. All I did was size them together. Some of them already still had the staples in them, so I just kind of put them together using the existing staples. Then I just flipped it over to the other side, grabbed my staple gun, and adhered them together in the back. Really, really easy to resize these particular Dollar Tree picture frames. Alright, so this is how the wood came out. Oh my gosh, it's such a gorgeous color. So that's done. I'm going to try my best to put the file cabinet on top and center it so I can seal it in. This was a little monster to get on top of this table, honey, but I made it work. I fiddled with it for a little bit to make sure all the measurements were as precise as can be, make sure it was nice and even on that frame, because you just don't want it to look odd to the left or to the right. So once I was settled and happy with the positioning of it, I went ahead and pre-drilled some holes in the frame. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I did 10. It's 3 on the long sides and then 2 on the short sides. Pre-drilled holes and then added some wood screws to make sure that that thing did not move. So really, really easy to do. If you pre-drill those holes, those screws go in a snap. So pardon my ashy woody elbow, but let's get going. Let's keep it moving. So my camera died, it had been announced to me, but all the hard work is done. You guys get the gist of it. All I did was add that wood to the top of the file cabinet. I went from underneath the cabinet. There was some extra space underneath and between that material, and I just screwed in, pre-drilled some holes and screwed in some screws from underneath so it could be a flush top. And this is what it looks like before, just refreshing your memory of this free file cabinet that I found on the Facebook group. You guys don't forget to check that out. All the links that I mentioned in this video will be down below in the description box. Let's see how it turned out. Alright guys, this is how my altered file cabinet turned out. I got this off a Facebook group for free. I added a wood top, sanded 2 pieces down and joined them together, and added 3 coats of polyurethane on there. The little shelf has a little light in it. Super cool. And then so I did 2 coats of chalk paint. I used black satin, which is like a really rich gray. And I did the same thing that I did to the other cabinets with the frames. And then I painted the handles of a combination of bronze, rusted bronze and gold. Kind of matched the top. So, and then I added a framed out 2x4s down here at the bottom. So, and so it can have like a little stand. So I think it turned out super cute. What do you guys think? Super cute. Alright guys, I do hope you enjoyed that little process video. I will be doing more. I have a couple more projects that I really wanted to get done, but it's winter here now and I'm going to try my best to get them done. But look how gorgeous this turned out. I'm trying to give you all the angles so you can see all the gorgeous of this masculine file cabinet It went super quick. I think it went on day 2 that I posted on the Facebook group. So look how cute those handles are. I mixed 2 different colors, like a bronze and a gold. Perfect. Like the video if you like it, guys, and I will definitely see you guys later with another project. Let me know if you're liking these DIYs. If you're trying them, tag me on Instagram. You can find all my social media links down below. All right, bye.